Monett Cub football.
I'm Benji Finsky.
I'm Leonard Bauer.
And I'm Daisy Kayes. We're the team that covers the Monett Cubs football team every Friday.
You can listen to us on the radio that we've been doing for decades.
Or you can catch us online, live at monettwebtv.com for video and streaming audio.
If you can't see the games when they air, we always archive them on our website.
Be sure to catch every Monett game, including playoffs, this fall.
Right here at KKBL 95.9. Your home for all things Monett Cubs. Well, Leonard, here at halftime, both teams out onto the field as we get ready for the third quarter. The Cubs down by 5. You said it very well with just moments left in the second quarter. One thing's for certain, the Cubs can play with this team, and they're pretty evenly matched.
Yes. The one thing that the Cubs are failing to do is getting Michael Branch free, and that's one thing I'm sure that they'd like to work on this half. If you can just get a crease for him to get through, he can do good things. But Maryville has been sealing up those would-be holes in the line, and Michael, for the most part, has hit a brick wall. And also, the Cubs' passing attack has been a little bit anemic in the first half, and that's an area, too, that they could improve. But I think it's going to be an exciting second half, and it's important for the Cubs to get out on this first drive. They received the ball to start the second half. It's important that they at least pick up some first downs and get some field position, hopefully maybe take the ball down and score.
Just a reminder that this game being brought to you in part by Sports World for area team logo clothing and Letterman jackets, or for screen printing and embroidery on shirts, caps, uniforms, and more. Call them at 847-5366 or stop by 709 Main Street on the Square in Cassville. This game also brought to you in part by Quick Draw Gun in Monett. They have expanded their hours and their inventory, now open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 7, and Saturday, 10 to 4. Quick Draw Gun is just off Highway 60 in Monett at 601 South Kyler. Give them a call at 417-354-8633 or see them online at quickdrawgun.com. Ready for action here in the third quarter. 12 minutes put on the clock, and the Spoof Hounds will kick it away, going right to left as we look on here high atop Plaster Stadium in Springfield. The fog lifting somewhat as it's a little clearer here as we start action. The kick away is a high end-over-end kick that comes down to the 5. Howard now reverses it to the near side, to the 15, to the 20, and out to the 25. A good hard return for the Cubs as Crawford able to get it out near the 24-yard line.
Cubs tried a little trickery there where they have 3 men run by the man with the ball, and it almost worked. It did get the ball out past the 20 to the 24, and Brody Crawford was close to breaking into the clear but didn't quite make it. So 1st and 10 for the Cubs from their own 24.
Meyer will work under center. As he takes the snap, he fakes to Branch, now rolls to the right, throws deep near side, has a man, and it is dropped at the Spoof Hound 40. He was open, and that was Para Navarro who drops it at the 40-yard line.
Beautiful pass from Ian Meyer right in Brian's hands. Brian had a step on the defender, but Brian didn't bring it in, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Cubs.
I tell you what, you cannot give away those type of opportunities in a game like this. The Cubs took a shot and had him open at the Spoof Hound 40. That would have been a big gain, if not a touchdown. Meyer will work under center. Now movement up front as the right guard flinches for the Cubs, and that'll cost Monett 5 yards.
On that last play, Ian probably could have run for the 1st and 10. He had rolled out to his right and had open area in front of him, but he saw Brian speeding down the west sideline and threw a perfect pass to him, and unfortunately it was dropped. 2nd and 15 for the Cubs now.
The ball just inside the Cub 20 as they'll break huddle here. Just underway here in the third quarter. 11:47 left in the third quarter. Meyer will work under center. He gives to Branch, and now a reverse coming to the near side, and the Cubs in a peck of trouble here as Swearingen is pushed out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. He'll gain maybe a yard.
It looked like Swearingen had some yardage there. But one spoof hound did a good job of containing him and pushing him out of bounds, holding him to a gain of about a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and about 14.
Cubs break huddle with a wide receiver in the slot to the right. Now motion from left to right, back to pass. Meyer under pressure, makes one man miss, but now is swarmed under and is knocked down for a loss of 2.
Number 75 and 57, that's Jacob Search and Jalen Sundell on the stop for the Spoof Hounds. Ian was under pressure from the beginning, really didn't have a chance to find a receiver downfield. So an abortive possession for the Cubs in the first possession of the second half, and now they'll punt.
High tumbling kick, a fair catch called for and received at the Cub 46-yard line. So a punt of 27 yards with no return.
The Spoof Hounds couldn't have asked for a better result on the Cubs' first drive than to stop them, set them back some, and then force them to punt into the wind. So the Spoof Hounds have 1st and 10 from the Cubs 46 with the wind at their back.
And they dodged a bullet on that first down play. Cubs drive comes to a halt. Here's a sweep to Bruckner, I believe, and Bruckner running to the right is able to get down to about the Cub 40 for a gain of 6.
Onus Howard in on the tackle along with Tyler Alcock, and Onus I thought he was a little slow getting up, but he's all right.
2nd down and 4 from the 40. Oglesby takes the snap, gives to Elijah Green up the middle. He fumbles the ball late in the play. A scramble for it, and we wait for the official call. The Spoof Hounds think they have it, and the Cubs think they have it. And
I believe the Cubs may be right.
Yep. Barkowski comes up with the fumble recovery.
Curran Barkowski. In his hands, that looks like a little pebble, but he came up with a football and a big break for the Cubs to get the ball back after that very ineffective drive on their first possession. Now they have the ball 1st and 10 from just across their 32-yard line. We call it their 33.
I was going to say it looks like a loaf of bread, but in his hands kind of looks like a roll. First and 10 for the Cubs. Here's Branch running right. Knocked backwards as he gets to about the 35 for a gain of 2.
Yeah. Number 5 and 52, we're going to give credit for that tackle. That's Elijah Green and Tucker Tripp. Michael just can't get a seam to get through. We need to get him into their secondary.
Yeah, he needs to introduce himself to a couple of cornerbacks. 2nd down and 8. Here comes Branch running to the left. Makes a guy miss and then spins his way to about the 39 for a gain of 4. Third down and 4 upcoming for the Monett Cubs. They have it at their own 39. They need to get to the 43. 9.5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Monett down 12-7. Brian Parr Navarro wide to the left. Branch is the lone tailback. Here comes Michael running to the right. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, able to surge forward for a gain of a couple, but he's going to come up short, bringing up 4th down.
He slipped out of the first tackle, but was finally brought down by number 44, Jacob Reuter. And a great effort on the part of Michael, but just short of the line to gain. And it's 4th and 1, and looks like the Cubs are lining up to go for it.
They are on 4th down and a long yard. Meyer resets Turner to the right side. He'll take the snap. He'll keep it himself on a sneak, and this will be very close, but I believe he's had the first down.
It is a 1st and 10 for the Cubs.
So Meyer picks up a couple as our producer engineer Daisy Calles
makes her exit, I guess.
Yes, she came in, swooped in to help us at halftime, and now is on her way to the
Coach Ewell is certainly not averse to gambling, is he?
He is not. He's been a gambler today. 1st and 10 for the Cubs. Here comes Michael Branch up the middle as he slams into one of his offensive linemen and then falls forward for a gain to the 47.
He just can't find a hole. He bounced off of his own lineman and then was brought down by 25. Jeff is telling me that's Mark 77. Brady Archer. But 2nd and 7 for the Cubs.
Meyer back to pass, looking to the left, now fires late up for grabs, and it falls incomplete as Turner went up high to try to get it. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Just over the hands of a leaping Alex Turner. He couldn't quite bring it in. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Somebody, somewhere for the Cubs going to have to make a play on this offensive side. 3rd down and 7 for the Cubs. Brian Parr Navarro wide to the left. Couple of wing backs on each side. Meyer will take the snap, and it gives to his tailback, Branch, and he's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage as he'll lose a couple of yards.
Couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage there, number 53. That's Garrett Sparks. Made the initial hit. It's going to bring up a punting situation for the Cubs. 4th down and about 9 from their 46-yard line.
One man deep for the Spoof Hounds inside his 25. Here's Howard's kick. It's a high end-over-end kick, angling to the far side. Fielded at the 25, and the return out to about the 29, and that's where the Spoof Hounds will have it 1st and 10.
Good tackle there by Tyler Alcock. That punt was almost blocked. It was so close at first I thought they were going to get it, but Onus got it off, and a pretty effective punt into the wind. So the Spoof Hounds will put the ball in play now from their own 30-yard line.
30-yard punt with a 4-yard return. The Spoof Hounds will have it 1st and 10 at their 30. 7:05 left here in the 3rd quarter. Oglesby takes the snap. He gives to his fullback running to the right. Cubs defense prepared there as they stop him after a gain of just a couple.
Onus Howard and Corey Butterworth combined on the stop. Gain of a yard on the play.
Gain of a
maybe
couple.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 from the 32. Here comes a handoff to the near side, a sweep for the Spoof Hounds. Nets about 3 as the tailback able to get it out to about the 35-yard line.
Tyler Alcock and Onus Howard, the 2 main tacklers on that play. 3rd and about 5, short 5 or a long 4 for the Spoof Hounds.
Wide receiver wide to the right. Tight end. Well, kind of a double tight end look. No, tight end now just to the left. Some confusion on the play call here, and it may cost the Spoof Hounds a timeout, and we'll take one as well. 6:06 left, 3rd quarter action. Monett trails at 12-7. Back after this timeout. Back at Plaster Stadium in Springfield. 6:06 left, 3rd quarter action. Maryville 12 and Monett 7. The Spoof Hounds face 3rd down and 5 from their own 35-yard line. Oglesby back to pass, rolls to the right, under pressure, throws it up late, and this is going to be intercepted by the Cubs at their 45-yard line.
That Brody Crawford, no.
Swearingen
with the interception, but Corey Butterworth produced that play. He was all over the quarterback, and the quarterback just flung it up to keep from being sacked. And Mason Swearingen intercepts. Another big break for the Cubs. They need to start cashing in on a couple of these breaks. 1st and 10 for the Cubs from their own 45.
Monett breaks huddle, sending a wide receiver to the near side That's Anderson, and 2 to the left. Now Turner to the right side. Back to pass, Meyer throwing far side. Caught by Crawford, and that should be enough for a first down.
Good pass, good catch by Crawford. Knocked out of bounds by number 15, Bryce Farland, for the Spoof Hounds. But a very good-looking play on the part of the Cubs for a change. 1st and 10 now in Spoof Hound territory, with the ball just across or just inside the Spoof Hound 45-yard line.
Gain of 11 for Brody Crawford down to the 45. Meyer will work under center. Back to pass. Now flush from the pocket, rolling to the right, throws it late, has Turner. Turner makes a man miss to the 30 and dives down to the 25 for a gain of 20.
Finally brought down by number 2, Thomas Colson, but again, a very effective, business-like play on the part of the Cubs results in another 1st and 10. This time the ball now resting at the Spoof Hound 25-yard line.
Good effort that time by the senior quarterback. He kept his eyes up and he found his big tight end. And Alex did the rest. 1st and 10 from the 25. Here comes Michael Branch. Branch diving forward for a gain of a couple down to the 23. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Number 4, Matt Twaddle with the first contact. With some help later from his friends. It's going to be a gain of a couple on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Cubs.
Branch with 58 yards in today's game. Keep in mind he came in with over 2,000 yards. In fact, with that carry, he's at 2,100 yards on the season. Branch running right. Had some room, but the hole closed quickly. He's finally stood up after a gain of about 4, and the Cubs will face 3rd down and 3.
A good spin by Michael after first contact, and he kept his feet and carried the pack for a gain of, as you say, about 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and a short 4 or a long 3 for the Cubs.
Just outside the 18-yard line, 3rd down and 3. Meyer sends 3 receivers wide left, 1 to the near sideline. Meyer will work out of the pistol formation. Michael Branch will set up shop just behind him. Play clock inside, 5 seconds left here. Meyer back to pass, rolls left, under pressure, throws late and overshoots his intended receiver, and it falls incomplete.
He had to throw the ball away or take a sack, so he did a good job of avoiding the sack as he was in the grasp of a... Oh, is there a flag on the play?
I don't think
No,
so.
I guess not.
Nope.
They're just...
They had to retrieve the ball.
Had to retrieve the ball and spotting the ball, and looks like the Cubs are going to go for it. I thought they might go for a field goal here, but it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and a long 3.
Kruger comes in with the play, so a double tight end look now for the Cubs. Meyer will come in motion, coming to the near side. Turner. Now movement up front. Someone must have flinched up front. A flag is thrown. And that's going to cost the Monett Cubs 5 precious yards.
Yes, in this territory, 5 yards is very important. 4th and 8 now for the Cubs.
The ball resting at or near the 23-yard line. The Cubs need to get to the 15. 4th down and 8. As Meyer waits for the play from the sideline here. The play clock runs inside 10 seconds.
They're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, they are going to call a timeout here. Timeout on the field, and a reminder that Monett Cubs timeout sponsored by Superior Air Duct Cleaning. If you've ever wondered how clean the inside of your air duct system is, well, you can give Travis Ash a call today, and he can answer that very question. Call 635-0235. Back with more action after this timeout. Back at Springfield, 12-7 our score. Just a reminder that this game being brought to you in part by Farmers Insurance agent Scott Smith. For a free insurance review, stop by and see Scott at 403 Plaza Drive in Monett or call 737-7444. This game also being brought to you in part by Country Dodge, South Highway 37 in Cassville. Call 847-2137 or visit them online at gocountrydodge.com. 4th and 8 for the Cubs. And now are they burning another timeout, Leonard?
Somebody is. Yeah, they are.
Cubs
It
are
is the
burning
Cubs.
Back-to-back timeouts here, and that could be costly late in this game here. The Cubs taking another timeout, and as always, the timeout sponsored by Superior Air Duct Cleaning. If you've wondered how clean the inside of your system is, well, call Travis Ash today, and he can answer that very question. His number, 635-0235. Well, they better come up with something good, Leonard, after burning 2 timeouts here.
We would hope so, but with 8 yards to go, it's going to have to be a play that gains considerable yardage.
They come out with an offset eye as Turner's in the backfield. Back to pass, Meyer. Flush from the pocket, running, has room to the 20, 15, down to the 10, and down to the 5-yard line. The Cubs have the first down.
Number 44 and number 5 on the stop. That's number 5 is Elijah Green, and 44 is Jacob Reuter. I'm not sure that's the play that Coach had drawn up, but it was very effective nevertheless.
Down to the 5-yard line after a gain of 18 yards and a much-needed first down. Meyer will work under center. Takes the snap, gives to Branch up the middle. He goes, dives, touchdown, Monett Cubs.
Michael Branch would not be denied that time.
Michael Branch from 5 yards out, and the Cubs have taken the lead. It's 13-12 with the PAT upcoming. As Cameron Cody comes on to attempt the PAT. Out of the hold of Tommy Sangsten. Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It's high enough, it's long enough, and it is good. 3:40 left, third quarter action. It's Monett 14 and Maryville 12, and that touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Randall, Mastery, and Randall. If you need an extra point or two from a trusted lawyer, call Randall, Mastery, and Randall at 235-8688. The upcoming kickoff, sponsored by Home Shield Pest Control. With over 20 years of experience, Home Shield can tackle any unwanted insect or pest with an affordable, safe, and effective method. Be sure to call Daniel Vineyard today at 772-4177. You're not the best color man in the country for nothing right there. That pretty well sums it up.
Oh, that was badly needed.
Yes.
And now let's see if that fires the Cubs defense up, and see if they can slow down this Spoof Hound offense that's so effective and so threatening. But the Cubs have done a pretty good job. You know, I told you before the game, I thought if they held them to 3 touchdowns, that would be good. And the Cubs needed to score 4. Well, so far we're kind of on par for that.
Well, we'll see. To say the least, it's 14-12 Cubs as the ball will be kicked away from left to right as we look on. A high end-over-end kick into the wind that comes down at the 17, return out to the 20, 25, 30, and out to the 32. And that's where the Spoof Hounds will have it 1st and 10.
41? Oh, Patrick Valentine on the stop for the Cubs. Ball's going to be placed at the Spoof Hounds 32-yard line, 1st and 10 from their own 32.
The tailback in this formation is Matt Twaddle. Twaddle will get it running left side up the middle. He goes. He pounds his way out across the 35 to the 36. A gain of nearly 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Corey Butterworth and Aiden Brown on the stop. It's going to be, as you say, 2nd and about 6.
Oglesby under center takes the snap. He'll roll to the near side, throws, has a man wide open. It's caught down to the Cub 30-yard line.
Beautiful catch, beautiful pass. Mason Swearingen just managed to catch up and prevent a touchdown. Big gainer for the Spoof Hounds down to the Cubs 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's a 35-yard reception by Twaddle as he came out of the backfield. Goolsby under center, turns and gives to tailback, running and sweep near side. And the Cub defense there to make a big hit. And Bruckner is down after a gain of maybe a yard.
Brennan Kruger and Brody Crawford on the stop for no gain. 2nd and 10.
From the 28-yard line, we'll give him a gain of a short yard here. As Oglesby takes the snap, here comes a reverse to Zimmerman. Zimmerman breaks one tackle and is down inside the 20, very close to the first down.
Mason Swearingen on the stop. The Cubs were up front, was totally fooled by that, and Mason had to make a good tackle, and it's going to be just short of a first, I believe, but I think the officials are going to call for a measurement.
Very close as it rests inside the 20, in fact, almost to the 19. That's the second or third time that the Spoof Hounds have run that reverse. It's a handoff to a tailback and then an inside handoff to the wide receiver. Zimmerman, a very good
About 3
athlete.
inches short, 6 inches short, he's signaling, so.
Okay, now you've got some good eyes, Leonard, because we're about a quarter of a mile away. Plus, you're seeing through an official. So not only do you have good eyes, but you have X-ray vision too. That is awesome.
And I didn't even use the monitor up here. We could have used the monitors, what we should have done.
Third and short for the Spoof Hounds from the 19-yard line. The quarterback will sneak it himself, and Oglesby will have the first down as he gets down inside the 18-yard line.
Obviously, a number of Cubs in on the stop on that one, but the quarterback got a good push after the snap and gained a couple of yards on the play. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Cubs 17.
From the 17, here's Oglesby under center. He turns and gives to Twaddle, running right. And this time Matt finding little or no running room as he's knocked down after a gain of couple.
Patrick Valentine came out of there with the ball, but obviously the play had been blown dead. Onis Howard on the stop for the Cubs. A gain of about 2, 2nd and 8.
Oglesby under center, turns and gives to Twaddle up the middle. And on the counter play, he's able to slam down for a gain of just a couple, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Alex Turner and Coy Butterworth on the stop.
Ball resting at the 13-yard line. 1:30 left here, third quarter action. Monett leads it 14-12, but the Spoof Hounds are threatening inside the 15-yard line. Trey Oglesby under center. Takes the snap, turns and gives to Twaddle, running right, and he is shy of the first down as he's knocked down outside the 10-yard line. Only a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards.
Tripped up there by Onis Howard. It's going to bring up 4th and a long 3 or a short 4 for the Spoof Hounds.
Well, obviously a huge play in this one as we're inside 1 minute left. And the Spoof Hounds, 1 minute left in the third quarter, and the Spoof Hounds face 4th down and 3 from the 10-yard line. Oglesby under center will roll to the near side, fires to the near side, completed pass to Twaddle, and he's very close to the first down.
Mason Swearingen on the stop. Yeah, I think he's got it.
Yeah.
1st and goal from just inside the 7-yard line for the Spoof Hounds.
They needed 3. They picked up 3.5. A huge conversion for Maryville, and they have it 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Quarterback Trey Oglesby under center. He takes the snap. He gives to Twaddle, running right. He's hit in the backfield and knocked down.
Coy Butterworth with the stop tackle for a loss.
Loss of a yard. Almost 2. They spotted at the 8.5-yard line, so it's 2nd goal from the 8. We are reaching the end of the third quarter, as
and that is the end of the third quarter.
It should be the end of the quarter, and it is. And with our score, Monett 14, Maryville 12 will slip away. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes here in the Class 3 Championship, live from Plaster Stadium. Back after this timeout. Back at Springfield as we prepare for the fourth quarter of action. Cubs lead at 14-12, but Maryville knocking on the door as they have it 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line. Just a reminder that this game being brought to you in part by HHR Construction LLC. HHR is a construction company that works on residential and commercial jobs in southwest Missouri area. No job is too big or too small for HHR, as they'll do plumbing, painting, drywalling, and basic or decorative concrete work. Here's Oglesby pitching wide to the left as the tailback trying to get to the corner is knocked out of bounds near the 5-yard line.
Brennan Kruger got there to knock him out.
That was
That
Dallas.
was a scary-looking play, but
It
Brennan
was.
managed to knock him out. Going to be 3rd and goal from about the 5.
Dallas picks up 3. 3rd down and goal. Oglesby under center is giving to Dallas again, running to the far side. He dives to the pylon. Touchdown, Spoof Hounds.
Brennan Kruger had a shot at him at the 9 and missed. Brody Crawford had a shot at him at the 7 and missed. And the ball carrier did a terrific job of diving into the end zone.
Eli Dallas with the touchdown, and the Spoof Hounds back on top. Number 23, Leonard.
23.
And now the 18-14, the score, and the Spoof Hounds will go for 2. Here's an inside handoff running near side. Now he looks to throw. He flips it in the air. It's intercepted, and that will end the attempt. It is no good. And the score remains 18-14 with 11:47 left here in the 3rd quarter. So on a 5-yard touchdown run from Eli Dallas at the 11:47 mark, the Spoof Hounds regain the lead. Back with more action after this timeout. Back in Springfield, 11:47 left here in the 4th quarter. Maryville on top 18-14. Well, there's your 3 touchdowns.
They've got their 3. They can't have any more. However, if we get 3, we could still win because of the extra point differential.
That's right. Maryville's 3 touchdowns, but no successful PATs. 3 times 6 is 18. The Cubs have 14. Here's a pooch kick. Fair catch called for and received. A good play there from the Cubs as they are able to pick it up at the 37-yard line.
Headed play by Cody Thompson as he saw that the ball was going to come about the same time as the defenders, so he called for a fair catch, which you can do on a kickoff.
18-14 the score in this one. 2 high-powered offenses, 2 great defenses in a game that's been played close throughout. The Cubs have it at the 37 as they come out with 4 receivers. Back to Passmeyer, flips near side, has his man for a gain out across the 40, and not much more than that.
That was Brian Paro Navarro, in case you can't see him.
Thank
He's
you.
almost underneath us where it's hard to see the number. A gain of about 4 on the play. Well, I guess
Maybe
just
3.
Just 3.
2nd down and 7 for the Cubs as the clock rolls with 11:20 left in this one. Branch, the lone tailback. And here's a double reverse to Swearingen. Swearingen hit in the backfield and is knocked down back at about the 38. He'll lose a couple and it'll be 3rd down and long.
It looked like Mason was going to be able to cut up. He couldn't get to the outside as the play was designed, but it looked like he was going to be able to cut up. But someone got a hand on him and prevented that.
3rd down and 9. Meyer will work out of the shotgun. Snap back. He's looking to the near side. Hits Brian Parr Navarro, and the ball is dislodged and falls incomplete.
Tremendous hit there by number 1, Cole Phillips, on Brian, and it would have been impossible for Brian to have held on to that the way he was hit. So incomplete.
And it'll bring up 4th down and 9. The Cubs bring the punt unit on as Onis Howard stands at his own 25. The line of scrimmage is the 38. Kick away is a high tumbling kick, That is fielded at the 23. And the return to the 25, out to the 30, to the 32, and that's where the Spoof Hounds will have it.
Tackled there by Mason Swearingen, I believe, if you'll turn his number for me. Yes, Mason Swearingen on the tackle.
37-yard punt, 7-yard return, and the Spoof Hounds have it just outside their 32, leading 18-14. So now it's on the defense. They need to come up with a stop here for the Cubs. Oglesby will work under center. He takes the snap, and he'll give on a sweep to Bruckner, and Bruckner hit, breaks one tackle, and then is gang tackled out near the 37. He'll pick up about 4 yards.
Hit first by Brody Crawford, but spun off of him and finally knocked out of bounds by Michael Branch.
Well, looks like a gain of 3 for Bruckner, who's over 80 yards now. He has 82 yards on the game.
Correction, that was Onis Howard instead of Michael on the last end of that tackle. 2nd and 8 for the Spoof Hounds.
From their own 35-yard line. One wide receiver wide to the left. Split backs behind the quarterback. And here comes the big bruising back Green. And Green knocked down after a short gain out to about the 38. He'll pick up 3 and he'll bring up 3rd down.
Brennan Kruger on the stop along with Patrick Valentine.
Looks like 3rd down and about 5 for the Spoof Hounds as the clock rolls inside. 9:20 left in this one. Oglesby will work under center. Takes the snap, gives on a sweep, running near side, and the Cubs defense come up with a big play, a gain of only a couple, and Bruckner stopped short of the 1st down.
Onis Howard and Patrick Valentine combined on that good stop for the defense. Looks like the Spoof Hounds are going to have to punt. They have 4th and 3 with the ball resting at their own 40.
Well, the Cubs come up with a stop here. Line of scrimmage is the 40. There was movement on the line there. I wonder if they saw that there is a flag coming out. It looked like one of the blockers on the left side moved a little bit, so it should be procedure against the Spoof Hounds. That'll cost them 5. Wonder if the Cubs will come after it here.
Don't know. They got close to it in the first quarter and the first half.
We'll see. The Cubs looking to get the ball back here. High snap over the punter's head. It's inside the 10. Picked up.
Right.
And the Cubs all over the punter back inside the 5-yard line.
I believe that was Mason Swearingen that got there, huh? 42, Onis? Okay, it was Onis Howard that got there. And what a break for the Cubs. 1st and goal from the Spoof Hounds 1-yard line. That was a gift wrapped from heaven.
8:20 left here in the 4th quarter, and the Cubs have it at the 1-yard line after a high snap that cost the Spoof Hounds 34 yards.
The punter went back and recovered the ball, and just as he recovered it at the 1, Onis was there to stop him.
Here comes Meyer. He takes the snap, gives to Branch, and now a penalty flag thrown. Oh, my goodness, you don't want a penalty here. But a flag thrown. We'll see what the call is here. It's actually going to be encroachment against the Spoof Hounds. So it'd be half the distance to the goal line down to the half-yard line.
Okay, I nominate Ian Meyer to score this touchdown.
I think I second that. 1st and goal. It's Meyer with a quarterback keeper. He leans forward. He's into the end zone. We wait the signal.
Oh, we got a flag down here. You can't see it probably, but there's a flag on this side.
There is a flag on the side. It's a dead ball, and it's procedure against the Cubs.
Wow.
And it looked like Meyer had crossed
the
goal line.
It would have been a touchdown if the play had stood, but it's going to be 5 yards marked off against the Cubs, so it's going to be 1st and goal from just outside the 5-yard line.
So now they're going to have to earn it from the 5. Branch is a lone tailback. Meyer takes the snap, gives to Michael, running to the right, hit at the 5, and is able to fall forward down to about the 3 for a gain of 2.
Well, I can't. Number 1, you think? Cole Phillips on the stop. Gain a couple on the play. 2nd and goal from the 3.
Clock rolls inside 8 minutes left here in the Class 3 championship. Monett down by 4, looking to take the lead. Meyer takes the snap, gives to Branch, running right, hit at about the 1 and knocked down there. Gains a couple, and it's 3rd down and goal.
If Michael had been able to fall forward, he would have had the touchdown. But number 1, Cole Phillips, applied a hard hit and knocked him back, or at least kept him from falling forward. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1.5.
From the 1, here come the Cubs looking to take the lead. Meyer under center. He'll run a quarterback keeper up the middle. He dives forward. We wait for the signal. Touchdown, Monett Cubs. Meyer from a yard out, and the Cubs regain the lead. It's 20-18, and an important PAT upcoming here as the Cubs could take a 3-point lead. So the Cubs rally to take the lead. It's 20-18. PAT upcoming. Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It's high enough, it's long enough, but it is
Way off
good.
to the left.
As he misses it wide to the left. So with 7:15 left, the Cubs lead remains 2. It's 20-18. That touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Randall, Mastery, and Randall. If you need an extra pointer or two from a trusted lawyer, call Randall, Mastery, and Randall at 235-8688. Back with more action after this timeout. Back in Springfield, kickoff in the air, down to the 1-yard line. The return to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Lots of running room. A flag comes out. This one may come back, and the return all the way to the Cub 45. But a flag lies at the 28. And many times that's a block in the back or a hold. So this long return of about 55 yards may come back.
The tackle was finally made by Brody Crawford on that scary-looking return. Looked like he might break free all the way, but as you point out, there is a flag at the 28 or 27-yard line, and the officials are stepping off, looks like 15 yards.
It'll be a 10-yard penalty
against the Spoof Hounds. So 1st and 10 for Maryville now from their own 18 after that penalty on the kickoff return.
Well, now it's up to the defense yet again. They forced a 3-and-out, and it really wasn't a 3-and-out as it turned in to be a turnover on downs, and that led to the go-ahead touchdown. Now the Cubs defense back out onto the field with a 2-point lead. 1st and 10 from the 18. Here's the quarterback, Oglesby, back to pass, fires deep down the field, and it is intercepted by the Monett Cubs.
Jed Anderson just simply stood there and waited for the ball to come to his hands, and another big break for the Cubs. The ball will go over to the Cubs. 1st and 10 from the Maryville 44-yard line.
Okay, I'm going to beat you to it, Leonard. What the Cubs need now is about a 6-minute touchdown drive.
That's true.
And an extra point.
Lamar intercepted 5 passes yesterday, and the Cubs got at least a couple today.
And I think Lamar turned it over a bunch of times.
They
too.
did. Lamar turned it over 5 times also.
Cubs with the ball, leading by 2 with 6:58 left in this one. Here comes Michael Branch up the middle with some running room to the 40, and then gang tackled there after a gain of 4 yards. Boy, he needs to break one run.
He got a little crease to get through the front line, but then he was met by a committee again. And
I'm telling you what, right now, if they fake it to Branch, someone's going to be open down the field. I'll tell you that right now.
I think you're probably right. They are really keying on Michael.
Watch Branch, or watch Alex Turner here in a play or two. Cubs milking the clock here. Meyer takes the snap, gives to Branch. Up the middle, he spins his way to the 38, picks up 2, and it's 3rd down. Branch now with 24 carries and 78 yards. Cubs face a huge 3rd down and 4.
Tucker tripped on the last play on the stop.
Boy, he's played a good game.
3rd and 4, he has.
You've called his name a number of times today. 5:50 and counting.
They have a good defense. They are tough.
3rd down and 4 for the Cubs. Branch, the lone tailback. And back to pass. Meyer under pressure, makes a man miss, dives forward and has the Cubs 1st down.
Twinkle toes Ian Meyer. If you know Ian, he's not very fast, but he did a terrific job of avoiding a tackler in the backfield and then managed to get away and pick up the 1st and 10 for the Cubs.
Cubs with their 13th 1st down and a huge one there as the drive continues. 5.5 minutes left here. Cubs nursing a 20-18 lead, looking for more from the 31-yard line. Meyer under center, turns and gives to Branch up the middle. He comes, is smacked down as he falls forward near the 27. That'll be a gain of nearly 4 yards.
Number 32 is the one that Michael ran over, but he gets credit for the tackle. That's Houchin.
Okay, Spoof Hounds with 2 timeouts left. When do they start calling them? We'll wait and see. We're inside 5 minutes left here in the championship game. Meyer takes the snap, gives to Michael Branch, and this time Michael hit at the line of scrimmage, and a flag comes out. This one may be on Branch as his hand got up into the face mask of the defender.
You're right. He stiff-armed that first defender, and
see what they call it. It's a personal foul face mask on the Spoof Hounds. Wow.
A big break for the Cubs. It would have been 3rd and about 5. Now the Cubs are going to have 1st and 10 at the Spoof Hounds 18-yard line. Or just inside the 19, halfway between the 18 and the 19
how about the
yard
14?
Line. Oh, 14. Yeah, I'm wrong side there of the 15.
Down to the 14. And the clock continues to roll inside 4:40 left in this one as the Cubs look for a huge touchdown here. Meyer taking his time here as the play clock still at 13 seconds. He's milking it as much as he possibly can. Branch is the lone tailback, and here comes Michael as he's breaking it to the left side. He's hit in the backfield, and down he goes. He'll lose about 3 yards on the play.
Number 2, Thomas Colson on the stop. Michael just cannot find that daylight, but they're using clock. It's going to be 2nd and about 13 for the Cubs.
I think the most important thing is that he stayed in bounds.
Yes.
And the clock continues to roll inside 4 minutes left. Meyer from the 17-yard line. Takes the snap. He gives to Swearingen running right. He's to the 15 and dives down. The ball comes out late, but I believe he was down by contact down to about the 12 for a gain of 5.
Number 51. That's Trevor Townsend in on the stop there. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 8 for the Cubs.
The ball resting on the right hash mark, and the clock rolls with 3:15 left as the Cubs break huddle here. The play clock down to about 5 seconds. Meyer under center, turns and gives to Branch running right, and he's tripped up after a gain of just a yard, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The Spoof Hounds are such good tacklers. Oftentimes Michael would have gotten away from that tackle there, but locked on and brought him down for no gain, basically. It's going to bring up 4th. Well, they gave him a couple. It's going to bring up 4th and a long 6 or 4th and a short 7. And timeout on the field called by the Spoof Hounds with 2:57 left to play.
That'll give me time to remind everyone to make plans to attend the Monett Alternative Gift Fair December 3rd at Monett YMCA from 3 to 5 p.m. Watch live music by Monett School District vocalists, young piano players, and join in group caroling. Again, that's the Monett Alternative Gift Fair December 3rd, from 3 to 5 p.m., located at the Monett YMCA. Well, Leonard, to reset this one, 2018 our score. Monett on top by 2. 2:57 left in the championship contest. Monett faces fourth and about 7 from the 11-yard line. So actually they're saying on the 10. So fourth and a long 6. And it looks like the Cubs offense stays on the field.
Benji, I hope none of our listeners have turned the radio off out of boredom. You think?
God, I hope not. I hope not. It would be
what
our
an
fault.
exciting game.
It would be our fault if they did. Aiden Brown in as an eligible receiver. This is a new look. Back to pass. Meyer flips it near side. Has Turner at the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Monett Cubs.
Wow.
Alex Turner from 10 yards out. And Turner with 3 catches now and a huge touchdown from 10 yards out, and the Cubs lead it by 8. And they could almost seal the deal here with an extra point, a huge extra point here off the right foot of Cameron Cody out of the hold of Tommy Sankston. 2:50 left here, and the Cubs lead by 8. Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It's high enough, it's long enough, and it is good. 2:50 left, fourth quarter. Monett 27, Maryville 18. We'll be back with more action after this timeout. Back to the campus of Missouri State University here in Springfield. 2:50 left in this one. Monett 27, Maryville 18, as the Cubs have rallied for a lead. And now it's up to the defense to get one more stop to seal this one. Maryville down 27-18. They have one timeout left, and they'll be receiving the kickoff here. High end over end kick that's angled to the far side. It's fielded at the 5, returned to the 10, 15, and out near the 20. Good coverage from the Cubs as the return man knocked down at the 21.
I believe that was Onis Howard that applied the lick. It was. Mason Swearingen did a good job of corralling the player, the ball carrier, not letting him get outside, and Onis Howard knocked him down. 1st and 10 for the Spoof Hounds from their own 21.
Well, who would have thunk it? Here we are, 2:42 left in this one. A long ways to go. The Cubs need to come up with another stop to seal this victory. Out of the pistol formation, here's Oglesby. Takes the snap. He'll flip it out to the far side. Caught there to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and out near the 35 on a nice hookup on first down.
Brody Crawford knocking him out of bounds finally. Onis Howard almost got him out, but Brody did. But it's the 1st and 10 for the Spoof Hounds with the ball now at their own 35-yard line.
Good pitch and catch there for the Spoof Hounds. A gain of 14 and a first down. Here's a dive play up the middle it goes, and the Cubs will settle for that one as it's handed off.
Any day. Michael Branch on the stop there.
To Twaddle.
A gain of about 3 on the play, 2nd and 7, and yes, we'd like to have a lot of more like that to keep the clock running.
2nd down and 7 from the 38-yard line. Oglesby takes the snap, throws over the middle, has his man, and that'll be a first down. I believe that's Zimmerman down to the Cub 45.
Crawford and Howard in on the stop for the Cubs. It is 1st and 10 for the Spoof Hounds with the ball now at the Cubs' 45-yard line.
We're at 2:05. The clock reset now as we hit the 2-minute mark. Oglesby takes the snap. He gives to Zimmerman, who falls in the backfield, and he'll lose 3 yards.
What a costly play for the Spoof Hounds because it keeps the clock running. Zimmerman is limping, and just a terrible play.
2nd and 13 for the Spoof Hounds. Oglesby back to pass. He looks to the left. He's under pressure. He's hit, and down he goes.
Coy Butterworth and Jeff Long combined on the sack. Adam Long.
That's the first sack of the day for the Cubs, and it comes at a great time. A loss of 7 on the play, and timeout on the field called by the Spoof Hounds. We'll take one as well. Back with more action after this timeout. Back in Springfield. 1:31 left in this one. Monett 27, Maryville 18, as the number 4 ranked Cubs trying to upset the number 1 ranked Spoofhounds here in the state championship game. 3rd down and 19 from the 46. Oglesby back to pass with time, cranks it up, fires deep down the middle. This one is tipped away as it was thrown into quadruple coverage, and Howard tips it away, and it falls incomplete.
That was a desperation pass, to say the least. There were 4 Cubs there that had a shot at it, and they kind of knocked each other off of it, but incomplete. 4th down and long for the Spoofhounds.
4th and 19. This is the ball game if the Cubs can get a stop here. Oglesby back to pass. Looks down the field. Flush from the pocket. Hit as he throws. This one is intercepted by the Cubs. And Crawford goes to a knee. And that should do it.
Brody Crawford on the interception. Coy Butterworth hit the quarterback just as he threw it, causing the errant pass.
Okay. When is it that you hear? I think she's warming up. She's warming up, and I think Coach Arbach.
Daisy would qualify for that?
No, she would not qualify for that. And Coach Arbach is lighting up a cigar. 1st and 10 for the Cubs. And a flag unsportsmanlike against the Cubs, or is that a sideline infraction? It's actually, is that a penalty against the Cubs here? Are they going to mark it off, or was that a sideline warning? Maybe. It's after the interception. So
I think it may have been a sideline warning.
It may have been.
Because it looks like, or are they?
Nope.
Now they're marking it.
That's going to be a 15-yarder, but the Cubs will go into victory formation, so this will be of little consequence. The Cubs will need to snap it 2, maybe 3 times, and this team will join the annals. 71, 77,
and 16.
16.
Long time coming.
Meyer takes a knee, and the clock will roll. He'll need to do it a time or 2 more. And the Cubs will be state champions in 2016. Michael Branch coming to the sideline.
Angel
Villalta
is coming in to line up at fullback.
Well, he's going to line up as the safety, and good for Angel. He plays in the state title game.
That's nice.
Meyer takes a knee, loses a couple of yards, and the Cubs will have to snap it one more time. It's close enough that they will need to snap it one more time. And the Cubs are going to win the state title. Meyer takes a knee, loses a yard, and ladies and gentlemen, that will do it. The purple-clad fans here on the west sideline rise to their feet. The Monett Cubs are going to come away with an improbable 27-18 victory over the Maryville Spoofhounds. The Cubs are Class 3 champions in 2016.
I'm just speechless almost. It's just such an amazing thing to witness and to be part of, as we've been privileged to be during this season. And a lot of proud Cub parents here and Cub fans here to take part in this. A lot of proud alumni of Monett that live in this area that are here.
Absolutely. A big day for the community of Monett and for the Big 8 Conference. 2 schools representing the Big 8 with state titles, as Lamar won yesterday. Monett wins it today. The Cubs 27, the Spoofhounds 18 will slip away, and when we return, Leonard will take a look at a victorious scoring summary, and we'll talk about post-game stats as well. Back with our post-game show after this timeout. Back on the campus of Missouri State University, the final in the Class 3 championship. The Monett Cubs 27, the Maryville Spoofhounds 18. The Cubs improved to 14-1. The Spoofhounds fall to 14-1. The Cubs are the 2016 Class 3 state champions. And with a look at today's scoring summary, here's my broadcast partner, Leonard Bauer.
Well, Benji, the Cubs got on the board first in the first quarter with only 28 seconds left on Ian Meyer on a 2-yard run. Cameron Cody kicked the conversion, putting the Cubs up 7-0, and that's the way the first quarter ended. In the second quarter, with 9:30 left, the Spoof Hounds got on the board. Spencer Morrison received a 9-yard pass from Trey Oglesby. The kick failed, leaving the Cubs up 7-6. But with 1:15 left in the second quarter, John Zimmerman received a 40-yard touchdown pass from Trey Oglesby. This time, pass attempt for the conversion failed. And Maryville took the lead 12-7, and that's the way the first half ended, with Maryville up 12-7. In the third quarter, with 3:40 left, Michael Branch scored on a 5-yard run. Cameron Cody kicked the conversion, putting the Cubs back ahead 14-12. And that's the way the third quarter ended. In the fourth quarter, Maryville took the lead. Eli Dowis on a 5-yard run. And this time, a run attempt failed. So that left the score, Maryville 18, Monett 14. But the Cubs came back. Ian Meyer on a 1-yard run. The kick failed, leaving it Monett 20, Maryville 18. With 2:50 left in the fourth quarter, Alex Turner received a 10-yard pass from Ian Meyer. Cameron Cody kicked the conversion, putting the Cubs up 27-18, and that's the way the game ended. Monett 27, Maryville 18.
Looking at post-game stats, Leonard, Maryville finishes with a total offense of 299 yards, well beneath their average for the season. Monett finishes with 224 as Monett rushed for 157 yards and passed for 67 more. The difference in this one could have very well been the turnovers in this one. The Cubs took advantage of the mistakes and were able to come away with a victory in this one as the Spoof Hounds were intercepted 3 times, fumbled the ball away once. And this one, individually speaking, for Monett, their leading rusher, as has been the case all season long, Michael Branch with 87 yards. Ian Meyer finished with 63, and those were huge gains for Ian today. He picked up so many critical first downs today. Aaron Howard finished with 18, and Mason Swearingen finished with 10. Meyer was 6 of 14 for 63 yards and a touchdown. His longest pass of 19 yards went to his tight end, Alex Turner. Turner with 3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown, a huge touchdown late in the game to help the Cubs to this victory. Brian Parra-Navarro with 2 catches for 7 yards, Crawford 1 catch for 11, and Kruger 1 catch for 4 yards. And this one, leading tacklers in the game, Aaron Howard with 11.5 today. Swearingen finishes with 8.5. Crawford with 6, and Tyler Alcock with 5. For Maryville, Bob Bruckner finished with 86 yards. Elijah Green had 53. Their quarterback, Oglesby, 6 of 17 for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns as he threw those 3 interceptions. Well, Leonard, that was a quick, and we need to be quick as there are 2 other games going on here.
We're
so
going to have to vacate the premises here shortly.
We will have to do it shortly, but your thoughts on today's game, but also this season. 2016 one for the record books.
What a resilient group of young men. They would get behind, they would come back. They faced adversity, and they just kept plugging away, believing in each other and in their coaches. And it's amazing.
Well, and we haven't said this all year long. We really haven't talked about it, but I know this has to be very special for you on a personal level. You know, you have a son-in-law who's coaching this team, and he's the right guy for this job, and he's done a great job in the 2 years that he's been back. Coach Ewell and his staff, all those guys, great leaders, class act. And I know you have to be incredibly proud, especially being, part of the Monett community for such a long time.
Right. Just as a former Monett teacher and coach, I'm extremely proud. And some of these young men I got to know when I was substitute teaching, and got to know them very closely, and I feel so good for them and for my son-in-law, Derek Ewell.
Yeah, it's a great day for Cub Nation. So we're going to we're going to go ahead and wrap up with one that's been a great year. I mean, I don't know. How do you top it?
I don't know.
There's no way. There's just no way.
We'll just have to try to duplicate it next year.
Yeah, here we go.
Although at my age, I probably won't be around next year,
Oh,
Benji.
I think you'll be back.
But I have enjoyed working with you so much, Benji. It's
Yes.
just, I really enjoy it.
It
I
has
hope you
been.
know that.
Oh, it has been so much fun. I enjoy it too, and you know, we've added Jeff this year, and we've really enjoyed that. And of course, Daisy, who helps us get on the air each and every week. We really appreciate that. So, as we come to the end of what has been, I use the word remarkable in my notes here. I don't even know if that's a good enough word here, but as we come to the end of a remarkable season, we would like to thank all the fine people in Monett for their help, their hospitality all season long. You know, we'd also like to thank Coach Ewell and Coach Wood for visiting with us in our post-game shows throughout the year. It's always great to get their insight and look forward to that again someday. A special thanks also goes out to all of our fine sponsors who really make these broadcasts possible. You know, we could not have done what we've done without your support. As Cub fans, please get out there and support these local businesses and let them know that they are indeed appreciated. And finally, a big thank you to all our listeners out there in Cub Nation. Thanks for being with us each and every Friday night or Saturday afternoon, whatever the case may be, during this long season. Hopefully, you've enjoyed listening to the games as much as Leonard and I have enjoyed bringing them to you. It's been an honor and indeed a privilege to bring you Monett Cub football. Leonard, any final words of wisdom?
No, just again, what an amazing group of young men, and what an amazing accomplishment they've pulled off.
And I'm so proud of Jeff. He didn't jump through the windows and race to the field. He kept himself together here in what was a very nerve-wracking game, but an exciting finish for the Cubs.
There are a lot of proud Monett fans leaving the stadium now.
They really are, and 2 more games upcoming later today here at Missouri State. So
it's a shame the Cubs didn't get to do their little victory formation.
You know what? It's okay.
Afterwards.
They can do it in downtown Monett.
And I'm sure they probably will.
Well, that's going to wrap it up from here in Springfield this afternoon. Just a reminder that our next football broadcast will be coming your way next season as the Cubs will open their 2017 campaign in the heat of August. Once again, our final score, and it's unbelievable to say this, the Monett Cubs 27, the Maryville Spoofhounds 18. The Cubs are Class 3 state champions in 2016. For my broadcast partner, Leonard Bauer, our producer engineer, Daisy Kayas, our year-long cameraman, Jeff Ogle, this is Benji Finsky saying thanks for following the Cubs, and good afternoon from Springfield.